everybody, welcome to Permakids Podcast Episode 10.
X.
Episode X. We just came back from South by Southwest. Speaking of X, SXSW.
Yeah, South by Southwest Gaming Awards / Gaming Expo.
It was awesome. I thought it was going to be like the music and movies and all that stuff, but we only went for the weekend with the gaming because we're Permakids, and that's what we do. There were a lot of great highlights, a lot of great things, a bunch of cool indie games that I didn't know about, and I'm going to have to continuously monitor.
Fuck what you heard. I'm an official member of the Hit and Miss Village. They had a bunch of cool shit out there to buy. Most of it was pretty much worth the price. I got a couple of t-shirts. Shout out to my girl Alley Cat. Came out there and she got a t-shirt too. Hung out with us.
Shadow Clone Jutsu.
Oh, speaking of who is here and who's missing, Woodrow's trying to get a little bit of rest right now. And Black Sheep is doing, she's working on some cosplay for, I think, the upcoming Comic Palooza.
We are currently actually going through a contract dispute with both of them, and we're trying to decide whether we're going to keep them in the group or not. So
y'all might get replaced by a cat named Dexter.
And he is my nigga, even though he's down here chewing on my sock and creeping me the fuck out.
Anyway. South by Southwest was cool. Like you said, there was some really cool shit that I bought, like 2 decks of cards, like a Ghostbusters and a Goonies deck of cards, and some t-shirts, and just some really cool stuff. There was a couple of Oculus Rift panels that were really cool. They had this like DeLorean there we took pictures with.
Yeah. VR was probably one of the biggest things that they had this year, because they had the Oculus Rift, I think, was the main one there, but I thought they were going to have the Project Morpheus from Sony, but they didn't.
As big as I am on Oculus Rift, there was no way in hell I was going to stand in that line. I'd have been standing there for like 3 hours, and I wanted to play it, but I'll just wait.
It was expected. I didn't expect that line to be that big, but
yeah.
It looked amazing.
Yeah, there were like 3 or 4 games that had the Oculus Rift that were utilizing it, and the lines for each of those games were like an hour wait, so...
But get ready to go in 2015 or 2016 with virtual reality, because it's pretty close.
Shout out to DS. I got 1,000,002 spot passes. South by Southwest. Let's get back into detail about South by Southwest. They had this area where it was just like classic gaming, Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat fucking 1, fucking ABACABB. Shout out to the Blood Code. They had. And of course they're gonna have like an anime booth. That's where I got my ninja thing.
They had
fucking amazing.
The amount of tabletop gaming was staggering. Like the entire center of the room was just this big arena for all these different tables set up. I didn't expect the tabletop gaming to be such a huge feature there, but it was more dominant. It was like it was more dominant.
It was
dominant? What am I trying to say? There was like more tabletop gaming like concentrated in one spot that almost took over the entire gaming expo.
It was sitting dead center in the middle of it.
They literally had the promised land of Catan there.
Yeah.
Like it was just
like a huge Settlers of Catan wall, and it was like it was just everything that I love. Made this huge appearance there, and I did not expect that. I thought it was all going to be like the future of gaming and all these like Oculus Rift, VR things. And yeah, they had all that, but I was very surprised by the amount of tabletop gaming and card games there.
Strange enough, I was surprised at the lack of cosplay that was out there. I didn't see too many cosplays. Moxie and Titties, that was awesome. And
in the background.
And then the guy that the 2 dudes that dressed up as Saiyans, they actually were like fully equipped with sand armor and a tail. One of them rode up on a motorcycle, which I know Vegeta's never rode on a motorcycle in his life. But
maybe when he was a bad
worked.
Man, maybe when he wore the bad man shirt, he may have worn.
What would be the thrill of riding a motorcycle if you could fly? And
maybe he just got tired and was like, you know what, man, I'm tired of flying everywhere. I just want to, hear the sound and feel the breeze through my Widow's Peak.
Jesus King of the Widow's Peak.
But there was a lot of indie gaming at the Game Expo also. I think that was probably the main thing.
Shout out to Agenda. Look it up.
Nah, man, fuck it. No, I crept up on this one little kid who was playing this game on. It was a Steam Greenlight game. It's called Chroma Squad, and I looked at it and I was like, "Is that Power Rangers?" And I got like right behind this kid, and he was like, "Oh, Stranger Danger!" But there's a lot of really cool games that aren't out yet, and they were featured there at South by. And just stuff I'm real excited about. There was some weird games too. There was one called Push Me Pull You.
That was one with the dicks, right?
There weren't dicks. There was like
there were
cat
people,
dog.
but they look
like-
like dicks. Yeah.
Imagine a game where Cat Dog is the main character, and there's two of them, and
Y'all are just like fighting over the food that the snake gets in the game Snake.
yeah,
basically.
it's Snake meets Cat Dog meets dicks.
Yeah.
I don't know if that sounds cool to you, but yeah.
I mean, it looked pretty fun.
And then there's a game Speedrunners.
Speedrunners has actually been out for a while,
And they won an award.
Yeah, they won. They won. I think I can't remember which one it was, but
Indie game,
Yeah.
Greenlight
Yeah.
games.
they won the game at the
crowdfunding.
Gaming Awards.
And then
It's on PC and PlayStation 4, I think.
And Extreme Exorcism was one of the nominees, and I looked that game up just recently today, and it looks really fun. It's that pixel art gaming couch co-op, and it's just basically multiplayer mayhem. You're just trying to kill your friends, and it's got it to where like when you get a point in the game, it creates like a ghost of you that when you play the next game, everything you did in the first round, it's doing that again. So you also have to watch out for your ghost, but it's also working with you. I don't know. There's a bunch of really cool ideas brought to gaming, and just a lot more stuff. I mean, I remember thinking that Minecraft was going to be like the last big, new thing in gaming, but people are making their own games and bringing their cool ideas, and it's awesome.
They had Microsoft was there too. They had like a SUV with like pull-out TVs where you can play extra games and stuff.
Had like what is it? State of Emergency?
State of Decay
Decay,
for the
yeah.
Xbox One and Ori and the Blind Forest.
I want to play that by the way.
Yeah.
That game looks
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Back to 2D platforming again. Jesus, wow, what is it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we never had that conversation.
Are games are they just that good, or are we just playing it for nostalgia reasons? Just because?
Yeah, I think it's just that good.
Yeah, I mean, when the developers don't have to worry about graphics so much, and it's not even really that important, when they can just focus on great gameplay, it never really matters how good a game is. I mean, shout out to Pong.
Exactly. Yeah. Can't forget the Street Fighter tournament, Ultra Street Fighter 4 tournament that they had.
Tons of people.
Shit was getting real. I was walking away from it. I just hear people screaming, "Oh shit! Oh!" Just screaming, going crazy. I was like, "Damn, we don't need to go back."
They had commentators and just like crowds.
Yeah, I better be glad I wasn't there.
Playing with Sagat cheating.
I would have hit everybody with a tiger knee in their face.
Remember back in the day we used to play that online, and you knew you was about to get your ass kicked when somebody picked somebody outside of the normal.
If you see somebody pick Rufus, odds are they know how to fucking play with him, and you're about to get decimated. That's what happened. That's what I saw.
Because if you playing against somebody, everybody plays with Ryu and Ken and Sagat, but if you play that game and somebody picks fucking Chun-Li, you probably need to put the controller down because they got a strategy.
Just walk away.
Bruh, just leave. It's not gonna end well.
I think the last time I played online, I got my ass handed to me, and I knew it was gonna happen because I picked Goken, and this dude picked Guile. Who plays with Guile? He picked Guile, and I said, this dude knows what he's doing. Nobody picks Guile just off some random shit.
But the South by Southwest Gaming Expo, I mean, everything was it was amazing, and then we went to the.
Wait. Don't forget about my mans and them with the bracelets when you high five people. Y'all get the
Oh
Twitter.
yeah,
we
Razer,
saw it.
Razer Gaming. They make a bunch of cool accessories.
They're getting in VR too, by the way.
Yeah, they're not getting in VR. They've created this like open sourced VR thing where you can actually go onto their website. You can go onto their website and you can actually download the blueprints to make your own VR headset. and everything is free if you've got the stuff to make it, if you've got a 3D printer and all that. They give you all the schematics, everything you need to know to make your own, because what Razer Gaming wants to do is they want to make sure that every household has a VR accessories and VR capable households.
Yeah, Valve already made one.
Yeah.
So they're trying to. They said they contacted them and they're trying to.
They're working
partnership
with Valve.
with them some kind of way.
They want to make all sorts of not just gaming, but they want to make it to where you can feel like you're sitting front and center at a basketball game, or you're on stage with your favorite bands and stuff like that. But then, like, everything sounded cool at first, but then they announced these like little bracelets that they want to start putting out, where basically when you high five your friend, you
automatically exchange like social media information. And I was like,
might even pop up on Facebook that like Kaiser and James just high fived at Chick-fil-A or some shit.
Terminator.
That's when it was like, you know what, it's kind of time to leave right about now.
Decepticon.
Just one more step away from having little chips inside of our skin, which
And a
But then,
barcode tattooed
I don't see a
on the back
problem
of my
with.
head.
But remember, we compared it to the 3DS thing, though, right? Like with
Yeah.
it's the
you're
same
already
shit.
walking
Yeah.
around getting
Yeah,
spot passes.
it's the same
so,
shit. This is just like an actual physical thing I'm wearing. It's just like,
It scares me because this isn't as popular as that could be.
Yeah.
As
Razer Gaming makes great accessories,
Yeah.
great stuff.
like it's the difference between Nintendo and Apple. Like everybody's gonna at one point, if Razer gets big enough, everybody's gonna have one of those bracelets. I'm still gonna be sitting here getting spot passes with my 3DS and hey
You
man,
and a couple other people. Yeah.
Automata.
yeah.
Yeah, after we went there, we checked out the South by Southwest Game Awards, and when me and Kaiser walked in, we were like, "Who's that?" And Janet Varney and what's his name?
Markiplier.
Markiplier. They were the hosts, and they did a very good job. They did a very great job. They were both funny. Just seeing Janet Varney was like...
Fucking Cora. I was starstruck.
Like, Kaiser was like, "We are in the same room as the Avatar." And I was like, "Oh, shit!" And that was pretty cool.
Gonna soul bend everything, man. Yeah, it was fun.
Awesome. The awards themselves were great, but we became aware of a band called Critical Hit. Kaiser, you want to go into a fan rant?
God damn.
Kaiser,
God
I've never
damn.
seen Kaiser as passionate about anything before. The first song they played was the Tetris theme, which was really good. We were like, cool, they're playing the Tetris theme. But the next song they played...
Fucked me up. I gotta be the very best, and I broke out into tears. That was it for me.
It was like wiping tears from his face and singing as loud as he possibly could. It was awesome.
After the song was over, I told them, I was like, "It's no point. There's nothing else left to this planet for me to see. I need to go
haven't
home."
seen him
They
that
put the Halo
animated
theme.
since we went to South by a few years ago. And what song was that playing? "Fuck You" by CeeLo was playing. And
Oh
it
yeah.
was me on him just sitting back there. I was just like, holy shit.
These chairs are so loud. I'm sorry. Let me get some WD-40.
Fuck it. And then they played.
This
when
is
did
where
they-
I cried.
They
When
played
they
Halo.
played Halo.
Halo.
They played some songs from World of Warcraft
Yeah.
and
And they
Metal
played-
Gear,
They played Mega Man
Mega
too.
Man, that
and the Ghost.
Sonic.
They
When they
played-
played
yeah.
the Sonic's, oh man,
It
that
was- This man, shout out to Critical Hit and the chick
Hold
on
on,
the
don't forget,
cello.
they played Mario.
Yeah, they played the Ghost.
Yeah.
The Ghost theme.
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh,
we
man.
made a whole bunch of new fans when you played that venue that night. We are huge critical hit fans. I almost keep saying critical miss, which is a different thing.
We are gonna spam your page with this until you watch it because you made people cry.
Yeah.
You brought a dream to reality that I didn't even know I had. I never thought, if you would have came to me a year ago and said you're gonna go and hear video game music in concert live, I probably would have punched you in the face because you were just giving me unattainable dreams to think about. So, but that happened.
That's how I felt when somebody from the future told me that James Vanderbeek was going to be in the best Power Rangers thing I'd ever seen. I punched him
It's
in
like,
the face.
yeah, right.
I was like, go back to the future.
Who ended up? Who won Game of the Year? That was Dragon Age Inquisition, right? I mean, and most people in 2014, that game was pretty unanimous winning game of the year. So
some of my big time gamer friends that play, I mean, we're all big time gamers, but the guys that have played Dragon Age that I know, have you played Dragon Age?
Not yet.
Yeah. A couple of people that I know that have played Dragon Age have big issues with Dragon Age Inquisition, so that's what's kind of confusing to me. I've never played it myself, and I need to. But
yeah, I heard. From what I heard was it was a quote unquote watered down version of Skyrim, and I was just like, I don't want to waste another 5 months of my life doing something that engrossing just yet. It's gonna be like give me time to kind of warm up to the idea, and it didn't look like that cool of a game. That's why I didn't buy it when it came out. So maybe when it drops down like, who knows, $10 or Xbox Live decides to throw it up there for free like they did BioShock Infinite. Maybe I'll go ahead and download it and try it out then.
I think Black Sheep plays the Dragon Age game, so if she was here right now, we'd probably.
I think she liked it.
We'd probably all be getting in trouble right now.
I don't dislike it because I haven't played it yet, so I can't really give a full opinion. But
yeah,
that's just like from what I've seen around. Like most sites gave it that same shit, so I was like, well.
And guess what game didn't get an award? Destiny
was not really even mentioned. You guys said y'all saw it as a nominee for the multiplayer, but I didn't even see it.
Yeah, it got beat out by Smash Brothers, and I was okay with that. Look, I know it deserves it should deserve an award because it's so big and people still play it. But that being said,
not even just that. Like, I guarantee you more hours have been logged in that game than anything else in any category. I'll guarantee you.
I still don't want them to have shit.
And if the multiplayer works, if it works and that many people play it, it should have won that award.
This is the definition of hating. I don't want that game to get anything. I don't care how good it was. Fuck, I don't want y'all to have any kind of advertising anymore.
You paid $90-something for this, all right?
I know. That's why I don't deserve shit.
It's
got off of our money. Why I gotta have awards too?
I'm taking up for them. They should have won the best multiplayer.
I don't know, man. Smash Brothers was fun though.
I mean, it's incomparable to that many people playing. You have over 300 hours. You can't sit there and tell me that that's just nothing. How many hours you got in Smash Brothers? 0.
I'm hating. I'm still hating. Fuck that game.
It deserved it, man. Speedrunners did deserve to win for best indie because it's been out for a while, but that game is fun. Nidhogg was also nominated for that too.
Nidhogg was awesome.
Nidhogg was great.
I think we would have actually played it more if it wasn't just like us four. I think one day whenever we have like a barbecue or a get together at the house, we should just have like 12 people around. Let's have a Nidhogg tournament. Yeah. That'd be fun to play with people who don't actually play video games like J-Rock and.
I mean, a lot of people, the last time they did play video games, it was all jump kicky type gaming. So
it's basic.
Yeah,
but it's fun.
So, yeah, it might actually be something that could revive their gaming love. But yeah, Nidhogg is a great game. iDarb is a great game. All these retrograde like pixel art games, I just love it. I love them. If you don't like them, then go to hell. I don't have anything. I don't know.
Speaking of pixel art, something I just discovered over the weekend. I have a creeper wallet, and this old lady in Centerville asked me,
Centerville, Texas.
Yeah, 99% of you won't know where that is. I barely know what it is, and I'm from East Texas.
These people hang out at a gas station for fun on the weekends.
Shout out to Woody's.
Well, I mean, their gas station is badass.
Yeah,
so, I mean.
They have great food, and shout out to Woody's. But she asked me, was it for Minecraft? And I was like, yeah. She's like, well, my son has it on PS3, he has it on PS4, he has it on the computer, and then the more and more throughout the weekend, I kept seeing it, like, it's everywhere.
Every little kid we saw was wearing a Minecraft shirt. And I'm telling you guys, I mean, Minecraft has been huge.
So this is the question I have for, like, Minecraft may be, well, not even the question, but Minecraft may be the Mario of this generation of people that play.
Yeah, you did say Steve was probably the new Mario. And
look at all the product placement that Minecraft has is insane.
Even people, I guess he would be, because even people, most people don't know his name, but even people that don't play video games have heard of Minecraft. So yeah, there is
a lot of people don't see the appeal. I believe that you guys might not even see the appeal, but
I kind of want to play it. I just never really got into it.
I've been playing it for 5 years now, and I played it back when they didn't have the hunger system or the sprinting or even an ending. And now they've got they just continuously update new stuff. I turned it on the other day. I haven't played in months, and I was like, bunny rabbits, and I was freaking out. But yeah, they keep adding more and more stuff. They've got, I mean, there's a lot to it. It's more than just, I mean, a lot of people are just putting pictures of like, hey, look at this house I made, or hey, look at this portrait of a celebrity I made, and if you look from far away, it looks like him. It's not always about just like stuff you can make. Like, I personally play it on the most hardcore setting where you like, it's got permadeath and you lose everything, and if you die. And it's really fun. Like, it's a great survival game and survival horror game, really, because they got Endermen and those creepers and zombies and stuff. But it's really fun.
This is gonna go on a mark on my gaming record, but the reason I don't play that game, it's fucked up. But the reason I don't play that game is because I guess I just don't have an imagination anymore. Like,
you don't need an imagination.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it originally, it didn't, like you said, it didn't have an ending or like a purpose. It doesn't have a direction. You just go in there and you do stuff and see how far you can get doing it and surviving. But I guess I got to a point at one point where I was just like, I need a game that's got some sort of, it doesn't have to be completely linear, but it's got to have some sort of direction taking me to an ending that's going to give me a reason to skip the credits.
Yeah. Well, there's not a story or anything, but there's a final boss. It's a dragon, and it's really difficult to beat it. And when you beat that dragon, credits roll, and it takes a long time to get to the point where you are prepared to go into that dimension to fight the dragon.
Now I just realized this. Now I can't really complain about Minecraft now, but like at one point I didn't care. I didn't mind playing games that didn't have a direction. I was probably one of the biggest SimCity fans on planet Earth back in like the 8th or 9th grade. But somewhere in high school, something happened, and I was just like, I don't want to just like build a city and see how it fares on its own anymore.
Well, you like boss fights and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, the thing about Minecraft, Terraria, and Starbound, and all these games like this, they have really challenging boss fights. And they've got their own like lore that's more rich than anything in Destiny, and it's actually really fun. And you have to get with your friends, because I had Terraria on the computer first, and me and my wife would play. But then I got it on the PS Vita, and I didn't have any friends on my friends list. And whenever I would get ready to fight bosses beforehand, I'd have to set up all these traps and dynamite thing, and I'd have to it was insane. I ended up having to make some guy my friend so we take on these bosses. But it's like the boss fights in Terraria are like more fun and challenging than any boss fight I've ever had in any Mega Man game I've ever played.
That's on. Can you get that on Xbox Live? I know it's on PC, but you can get it on Xbox Live, right?
Yeah.
But it's. I know you haven't made that jump to PC gaming yet, but it's a lot more fun and easy to get control over.
Yeah, I remember
PC.
I remember what you were saying. Like, sometimes when you're trying to like combine stuff, it's easier to actually have a mouse and click combine and stuff like that, instead of like using the joystick. So go up like 12 blocks, and then I gotta grab this and then go back down.
But they do make it easier on the consoles, because instead of having to just know that like 2 sticks, a piece of wood, and a piece of metal make like an axe, and just have to put it the way that you need it in the PC, the console game will just tell you, hey, you've got the stuff to make this. Do you want to make it? You just click it and it's made. Which is it makes it easier, but I don't know. Eventually, if you play it enough on PC, you start to just know what the recipes are and figure it out, and that's kind of half the fun for me. So.
What's it called? Went blank. The Xbox One game, Lord of the Rings,
Shadow of Mordor.
Shadow of Mordor. They won so many awards.
I've been wanting to get that game for a long time, and I keep bullshitting, and I need to go ahead and get it. I think it's only like $40 now anyway, so I do need to hurry up and get it.
What's the system called that they do with the bad guys?
The Nemesis system. Yeah.
I've heard good things about that, but I've also heard that it's really stressful. That like as you level up, or like if you die in the game, yeah, you get to come back, but the Nemesis system makes it to where whatever bad guy killed you gets experience off of killing you, and then they level up. and then you've got to go find them and kill them again or whatever, and they're going to be harder. And in a way that sounds cool, but it just sounds terribly stressful. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm cool. I'm cool with it. Like I as long as it's not stupid challenging, like I'm playing Dark Souls and it's just hard for no reason.
Yeah. Why are you doing this to
Like,
me?
why is that skeleton able to just kill me with ease and I'm just struggling? I mean, if it's not like that, then cool. But
I'm gonna go ahead and just.
I'm cool with a challenge.
I'm gonna go ahead and admit that I will not beat a Dark Souls game in my life. Shout out to y'all who love those games. Shout out to y'all who can actually make some sort of headway in those games. But that game,
We're just ruining our credit as gamers right now.
that game,
I played that game for like a day, and it was like, I did it, I beat the boss, and it was like tutorial complete, and I was like,
Yeah.
no.
But see,
that game requires a level of coordination that I lack.
like people kept making this like big deal, like, oh, so it's so fun because it's hard. I'm like, just because the game's hard, that doesn't make it fun for me. Like,
Well, I mean,
it can still be a shitty game just because it's hard to meet anything.
challenging, but if you can't do it on the first time just because you're a naturally good, skilled gamer, then there's a problem. Like, if it's just like trial and error shit, then it's just hard. It's not challenging. Some people might be pro gamers, and if you can actually sit down for the first time and do something that's considered hard, but do it in the first 2 tries, then that's pretty cool.
Like ghouls and
Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Ghosts and
that's
Goblins.
hard. That was hard, but
For
I still
no
had fun.
fucking reason.
But I still had fun playing it. Like, it wasn't just like, I'm not gonna just like a game because it's difficult. Like, a lot of games are difficult. I mean, I'm gonna like to play it. And Dark Souls fits in that category.
This
Maybe I'm
reminds
just
me
not
of-
into you.
This reminds me of the Battletoads, the hoverboard part,
Yeah.
where it's like, that's trial and error crap. Nobody's gonna get that on their first try, and if you did, you're lying to me. You're lying. You're a liar.
Man, fuck that stage. That's not
They didn't
trial
give
and
you
error.
enough time to see what you had to do.
That's not trial and error. That is getting in touch with the fucking force. Because the only way you were going to beat that stage on the first time around is being able to see into the future.
Getting one of those controllers that you can like make it to where it does the pause button rapidly, so it's like dun 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 dun, and it's like slow motion. I got it now.
Oh, man. Shout out to Mad Cats.
PlayStation Network has their own TV series, not even a TV series, their own series. It's Powers, based off of the comic book Powers. And I watched the first 3 episodes, and it's actually pretty cool. I went and I found the comic books just to kind of see how it matched up, and they tell the story completely differently. But in a way, it's cool. Like it mirrors the outlet that it comes from. Powers, the comic book, looked a lot like Bruce Timm's like artwork back in the 90s, so it kind of looks like Batman the Animated Series. And like the actors don't really look like the characters. Who cares, you know? Like the show it's good. The acting can get a little cheesy, but then at times it's like really realistic, and when they have conversations, it seems like they're actually friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And the graphics can be cheesy sometimes, but at the same time, sometimes the graphics look really good. So it's kind of weird, but overall, in all, Powers is a pretty cool show, and I'm gonna keep watching it.
Shout out to Sharlto Copley.
Yeah, that dude's an amazing actor.
He's probably the main reason I actually want to watch that series. So
Pretty cool.
people had those same complaints about that Halo Nightfall series too, about how it looks like, oh, the graphics weren't that good and all that. I'm like, it's not that big of a budget.
Yeah.
Like, when you really think about it.
But Powers is on the PlayStation Network, and I think it's gonna do well.
People are letting graphics just like
Ruin things for them.
fuck everything up. Like, they don't want to play a game because it doesn't have enough graphics. Yet Minecraft is one of the biggest games on fucking Earth, and it has 8-bit 3D. Like it,
Well, yeah. When it comes
game as well as TV shows. Dragon Ball Evolution has some somewhat decent graphics. That doesn't make it a good movie.
See, this console thing was what did that, because now every game that gets released, the developer will put out what it's gonna run at for each system, and then that just makes everybody argue, mine's better than yours, and then mine can do
Can't
this
see
and
a
that. It's just
difference.
like, you really can't.
Yeah.
You really can't. Like, if you be like, oh, there's an extra pixel that one didn't have. It's like, that's why PS4 is better. I'm like, it looks the exact same.
And they're all games. And that's the thing is gaming is more about the experience that you're gonna have. You're gonna be in control of this character. But when it comes to TV, like that's completely a visual experience.
Yeah.
They should have good graphics in TV. And if Jurassic Park looked the way it did in 1994, there's an excuse. Steven Spielberg had money, but there's really not an excuse for Jurassic World to look like a fucking sci-fi show.
Yeah.
But my thing is like, it's because it's like we said, if it has good graphics, that doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be a good movie. X-Men is a perfect testament to that. The first 3, 4, fucking X-Men, Wolverine. God damn it, Wolverine Origins. Yeah, just because it's got great graphics doesn't mean it's gonna be a good movie. Just like, because it's got shitty graphics doesn't mean it's gonna be a shitty movie. Yeah, this is 2015. Everything should look pretty, but maybe some people can get away with not putting as much,
we got to be careful what we say because we're in a visual podcast.
Yeah.
So
they just need to have a good. It just needs to be a good balance. Like it's not. I don't think it's that hard. You just have to have a good balance of the two, and you can be all right. I don't need everything to look like it's a Zack Snyder movie, but like I need the storyline and all that to kind of go with it too. It just needs to be a good balance.
Avatar that had so much special effects, but at the end of the day, what was it? Pocahontas.
Yeah.
So with blue people. It's a good movie, I guess, but it wasn't anything new.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like it looked amazing, but
unobtainium.
God damn it. Imagination. That's the word of the day here.
But yeah, since we're kind of transitioning into media and shit, do you want to just skip that whole thing and not talk about it?
No, you go ahead.
Well, yeah, okay. So we were all excited. Well, yeah, we were all excited about the Paul Feig Ghostbuster news with Kristen Wiig and Leslie Jones.
Great cast.
Great cast. All that. All female cast. That's fine. Whatever.
Fuck Ernie Hudson, but great cast.
No, man. I mean,
no,
yeah,
he
he's
was
saying,
the main one talking shit about them.
Yeah, well, no, Ernie Hudson's cool though. Still, the original cast is so cool.
He played in Dragon Ball Evolution.
He was in an episode of Super Mario Super Show.
I ain't gonna give him flack for that one, but go ahead.
Okay, so Ivan Reitman, the original producer of the original Ghostbusters, talked to Deadline in an interview where he basically was saying, and the Sony leak that happened a couple of months ago kind of nudged this, but he was wanting to do another Ghostbusters movie. He wants to expand the whole Ghostbusters universe, and the Ghostbusters fan in me is happy. However, yeah, apparently, we knew that there was going to be a Channing Tatum one, like the guys that directed Winter Soldier and the guy that wrote Iron Man 3.
Mistake.
Yeah, that movie sucked. They were gonna work together to make another Ghostbusters movie that was set in the same universe as the female one, but is gonna be guy-centric, which was they keep saying is they're not necessarily all male cast, but it's gonna be more dudes than ladies. I don't know why they have to have a girl version of something and a boy version of something. Just make one good thing. I'm not gonna get into that right now, but. Okay, so Channing Tatum was attached. I told you about the Channing Tatum thing, and you were like, Chris Pratt's probably going to be in it too. And we laughed about it, and the next day, they were like, Chris Pratt is going to be part of it. And that's part of the Sony leak, was that apparently Channing Tatum and Chris Pratt have good on-screen chemistry together, and they were like, hey, let's make a Ghostbusters movie. And Ivan Reitman has gone on to say, and they've all gone on to say, that this Ghostbusters universe is part of this bigger picture where eventually there's going to be Avengers Expendable style team-up movie where they all come together to fight probably like the devil or some shit or Cthulhu or whatever. Well, mark my words, it's going to end up being Cthulhu because it's not just going to be ghosts that they're fighting. They're expanding the whole thing to where they're going to be fighting all sorts of supernatural beings, werewolves, vampires, ghouls, goblins. So cool. Ghostbusters is gonna be
everything Busters.
Not Ghostbusters anymore. But it's cool because I've always got the original movie to go back to.
Like, is it gonna ruin my childhood by them doing this?
It's not. No,
it's not at
'cause
all.
You look for any Hollywood looks for any reason to throw a fucking vampire, werewolf, or zombie into shit.
Well, I mean, that's my words. That's what they're probably going to end up doing. And I don't really know what the direction's going to be because Paul Feig has been watching the Paranormal Activity movies for inspiration. So he's wanting to make a more scary movie, but with funny ladies in it. I'm just going to say, like, watch, what's that movie, Tower Heist? What's the movie with Ben Stiller
and
in there?
Eddie Murphy.
And Eddie Murphy?
Tower
The one we watched this
Watch
weekend.
that movie, yeah, like... When you watch a movie with funny
yeah.
people in it and people are expecting like Bridesmaids style comedy and then they watch like Kristen Wiig crying in the corner because some ghost just like flew through her or assaulted her or whatever, that's not going to be a fun experience for anybody. So reassess what you're doing and maybe make it funny. Like, please.
I want to put my
just see
trust in
jump
Paul.
scares,
I
yeah.
really want to put my trust in that man. So I'm hoping
I do trust him,
Yeah.
but I'm scared now. Like, and then the writer of Iron Man 3, like, why do you still have work? Why are you still working?
I hate this because that announcement with those 4 ladies being there was a big thing, and then like I feel like you just like shat on it, and just like
You just come in and be like, hey, yeah, you guys, everybody likes, all these these female comedians. Oh, but you know what else everybody likes? Channing Tatum and Chris Pratt. Which is shove those guys into everything.
I was like, why? This is unnecessary.
So now we've got Chris Pratt, who is Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy, which is a great, giant Marvel movie. And now he's in Jurassic World, where he's taking over, Jurassic Park, which was one of the biggest franchises ever. And then there's rumors that he's going to be Indiana Jones. And now there's rumors that he's going to be a Ghostbuster.
Why?
Dude, we love you, Chris
Why?
Pratt, but go away for... a year, 2 years.
This is what we were saying. You're gonna make a Mandela movie, and then you're gonna make him play Mandela.
Yeah, come on, man.
He
We don't need
can't play everything.
There's gonna be a Roots reboot. And
Yeah.
He's gonna play Kunta Kinte.
This can't happen. This is
Leave it alone.
unnecessary, man.
Like, come on. You're making your wife like she's in like what? She was in what's her name? Anna Faris.
Faris.
Anna Faris.
Doing pet
Who's-
commercials.
Yeah, come on. She's in some weird animal commercial. Nobody watches Mom.
They really don't.
Maybe he's trying to get money for the family because she's not doing as well as she
Yeah,
used to
pick
do.
some more roles, man.
House
Like
Bunny too.
you can't. His entire career is gonna end up being based off of just reboots.
Yeah, and they're
He's gonna be in a House Party reboot.
Why not?
He's gonna be.
Who
Clay.
says Chris Pratt
gonna be-
can be kid or play?
it's gonna be camera effects where he's playing everybody in the movie.
Why not? I remember seeing that picture they took at the Oscars a long time ago, what the Ellen took, and somebody made one that would put Kevin Spacey's face on it. Chris Pratt is next.
It's gonna be like Deep Roy in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. He's just playing like 1,000 versions.
Like,
of
I
himself.
can't take this, man. Stop.
Oh man, he's gonna be in Pluto Nash too.
Why
Pluto
not?
Nashier.
I mean, I don't want Eddie Murphy to come back for it, so.
I've been watching a couple of TV shows. There's been 4 episodes of Last Man on Earth. That show is amazing. I can't believe that's on Fox. Fox, don't cancel that show. Or if you do cancel it, go ahead and do it because he's already talking about MacGruber too. So,
Never
whatever.
ever say never ever.
Win-win situation. I don't care. And Last Man on Earth with Jay Baruchel. I'm not really a huge Jay Baruchel fan. I feel like he's kind of pushed on America.
He's like that
if I'm
awkward
gonna-
guy. Like,
if I'm gonna send somebody back to Canada, it's not gonna be him. It's gonna be Justin Bieber.
He-
Jay Baruchel. Justin Bieber. You
oh
never see those
shit!
guys in the
Never
same
thought
room.
about that.
But it's a great show, great writing, great special effects. They do these hyper reality shit, which is amazing. If you don't have FXX or FX or whatever, fucking pirate the shit out of it or something. I don't know, but watch that show. I don't care. Watch Man Seeking Woman. Yeah, that's a good show.
Women.
Yeah, he's been telling me for the longest, but I'm gonna eventually watch it.
Yeah.
But we did watch The Walking Dead yesterday. Right behind us.
Ain't no black
Wait, before we do it.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Wait.
Is that Anakin Skywalker? Guess again.
No. Everybody hates Chris. Damn, they brought the quota down to just 1 now.
Yeah. And I said, yeah, because we were saying that there's this weird black guy quota in Walking Dead, where at first, the first couple of seasons, you could only have 1 black guy. And then it was like, no, it's up. Now you can have 2. So every time they introduced a new black guy, they had to kill 1 off. But I was saying that they killed Everybody Hates Chris because they're in a good neighborhood now.
Just so like, nah, man, it's time for you to go.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
And I knew he was next because he had another show that he was already attached to. So, but he had the most.
Because he's coming up like Chris Pratt.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Go ahead and hand me my broadsword so I can hold it up and sing it. I am immortal.
It's
Highlander.
he had
There can be only one.
They can only be one.
he had the worst death scene out of anybody I've seen die in that show.
And he doesn't mean worse as in it was bad.
It was
looking.
gruesome as shit.
It was like bad as in like they were tearing him apart and
Like his mouth was getting fish hooks from both sides and just pulled apart.
There's a moment where right before he dies, he like goes up against the glass and I read online that somebody said that scene was laughable, that it was like comic-y and goofy and stuff. I didn't get that from that. To me, it was really reminiscent of the Romero zombie movies from the 80s. It reminded me a lot of Day of the Dead. One of those ending scenes where all the bad guys are getting torn apart, and everybody hates Chris, didn't deserve that shit. But it was reminiscent of that, and it was really cool.
Yeah, Noah did get a lot of people killed, but I mean, he'd do it on purpose, you know.
I mean, if you watch Day of the Dead, the guys that got torn apart in that movie were complete assholes.
That's true. That's
So,
true.
I mean, Noah he wasn't that. But
So for everybody who was crying about not enough action happened, congratulations, you got it. Eugene looks like a badass now, and
hey,
Noah's
come
dead.
on, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm right here.
I was laughing. I was just like, this dude looks special as he said.
How have they not killed this guy off yet?
I don't know. And what pissed me off was that he was walking around saying, you know, I'm the reason that you all got here. And everybody was, and the terror chick, she's like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm the reason you got here. Like, I pushed you guys to bring me here and then see what happens. We're okay. And she was like, you're a pussy.
We live in a world where Tyrese is gone and Eugene is still alive.
The man who didn't even know how to shoot a gun until this episode.
Yep.
You remember the first episode he shot a gun? He shot the truck up and it wouldn't work anymore.
Yeah, cool.
Now this one he has a sniper. He has a silencer on the gun and he's just taking out zombies left and right. Now it's like, cool, Eugene's badass now. And Carol is fucking insane.
Yeah, what?
Carol wants to eat children. she is going nuts.
That show is going into weird directions, and I stopped reading the comic book around volume 3, so I'm definitely not caught up with the comic book, but apparently the characters all lose their minds. So I don't know who all's alive or who all's dead in the comic book, but the show is going in a direction.
I'm gonna go ahead and just call this. Glenn's probably next.
Glenn, wasn't that the little Asian kid?
Yeah.
That made the cameo appearance at the beginning of the game itself?
Yeah. He's probably about to go next.
Damn.
I mean, he's a fan favorite, but
Yeah.
they probably need to kill a fan favorite pretty soon just to kind of keep everybody on their toes.
Daryl said at the end of this episode, the season finale, that he said people are gonna cry. So I'm gonna assume that Glenn's gonna get killed. Just cause.
I wonder if that's what they do. They just get on Twitter and just see who the fan favorite is, and then they're just like,
Daryl
all right,
would have been dead a long time ago.
Yeah. Daryl would have died like instantly. Because everybody was just like, you kill off Daryl, I'm not watching this show anymore. I'm just like, yeah, we can't kill Daryl.
I bet you that's what they did with Gantz in Japan when they were first
Jesus
releasing it.
Christ. They're just sadists that are running that show, running that manga.
Steven Universe, we're not going to talk about it on this episode, but for anybody who hasn't seen the last 5 episodes of Steven Universe,
Get caught up.
yes.
That's all we're going to say. Get caught up on Steven Universe.
A lot of things were said.
A lot of things happened.
There's a lot to process.
Yeah.
And we might talk about it next week if we remember to. But
I have
yeah,
a
you
week to
need to
watch
get
50
caught up.
episodes.
Yeah. It's just going to keep getting worse. So you might as well.
If we don't have anything else, Critical Hit, awesome. We hope to hear a lot more from them. By we, I mean I am probably just gonna go on their YouTube page and spend the entire day listening to the shit that they make.
Check it out.
I saw at South by Southwest that they were probably having another gaming convention. There's my Alcatel telling us that we need to wrap shit up.
Man, fuck you, Alcatel. I could tell
That there's
you what.
another gaming convention coming up in July. My homeboy Tyler said that there was a Comic-Con coming up in May.
Comic Palooza in Houston, which is coming up soon.
Anime Con, A-Con, that's up in Dallas. That's coming up
July,
in
right? Or June?
That's in June or July. So
There's a lot of stuff going on. Just get online, research like whatever interests you, and you most likely there's something going on around town, and like tickets aren't expensive. Just go check it out. Go get out of your house.
Yeah, we didn't even mention the Gaming Expo was free and the award show.
Yeah.
And we got free drinks.
Yeah. Open
Parking
bar.
parking was a little expensive.
Yeah, it was $8, but you know,
Yeah,
I mean that for the price.
it was amazing.
Yeah.
Great time. And the one thing I will say after leaving the Gaming Expo, if that didn't somehow make this man want to play some more games after leaving that place, nothing else will.
Oh, me and James had a Pokemon battle like as soon as we got back to the hotel room.
He
There
won.
you go.
I hadn't turned my Pokemon on in months.
Same here. I haven't turned mine on
either.
since October of 2013, and it revived. Like my heart started pumping again. It's like that scene from The Grinch where it got big, like grew 10 times that day. But yeah, and
When
it was just great.
Bioshock Infinite won an award out there, so and I downloaded that today, so I want to actually jump into that for a little bit. What are our game? I know we talked about it last
Don't
week.
forget
What
that
our
game is
goes?
free on Xbox Live
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Games
Yeah,
with Gold.
Bioshock's free right now, and for the Xbox One, it's still Rayman Legends.
And Bioshock is one of those like throwaway free bullshit games. It was actually a really good game from what I'm told. I've never played it, but I'm gonna go to it and I'll take a glance at it once I'm done with this
It's
Zillia
fun.
bullshit.
That's the story. The story is incredible, and that game it's fun. So yeah.
House of Wolves, we're keeping an eye on that for Destiny. That's
Destiny's Child.
yeah.
Strangely enough, I've been playing a lot of it lately. Call me crazy. That's because I have shit to do.
You got something to
If I have
upgrade.
something to upgrade, I don't mind playing it. But if it's just like, hey, I don't have any guns or any armor upgrade, then it's just like, what am I doing?
All right, let's not get into that. We're gonna close it off.
My favorite game.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week, and we're gonna have more gaming news for you all.
All right.
Cool. I'm gonna try to get footage of the first heist too
Oh yeah,
at some
heist.
point. So
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto.
And we should have our old Permakids back next
Yeah.
week.
Woodrow and Black Sheep should be back. They better be back.
We'll work out the contract details.
or we might just
this
bring
week.
Dexter in and just that's the pimp.
Yeah.
Wherever he is. All right.
Game. You did the Geeks Games Gadget thing.
Oh yeah, Geeks, Games, and Gadgets. July 17th through the 19th. The Nacogdoches Expo Center. Hey, it's becoming real, man. We go to these volunteer meetups, and it's getting real. The volunteer meetups keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And if you want anything to do with it, contact us because we need cronies. We need minions, and that doesn't sound good, but we could use a lot of help. We could use a lot of volunteer help. We're going to be running the Super Smash Brothers tournament and most of the gaming and stuff there at Geeks, Games, and Gadgets. So yeah, tickets go on sale next month, April. So be sure to get tickets because it's gonna be going
Yeah,
fast.
we want it to look like what we just experienced over the weekend, and over time it can't look that way. So
Yeah.
everybody needs to support this.
Give or take a couple of centuries.
Yeah.
We all need to work together to make sure that Geeks, Games, and Gadgets is a huge success. So we continue to have things like this in Lufkin and Nacogdoches, just local areas.
True.
So that way we don't have to drive 4 hours to see something cool.
Yeah.
Lufkin.
Lufkin.
Shout out to J Rock. He came with us.
Yeah.
He's in charge of the beats the music that you hear behind our podcast. So
He may be a gamer next. Just saying.
We're trying to convert him. We're trying to bring him to the light.
He needs to focus on music so we can continuously
Or
get
you
music
can-
from
he,
him.
he can play iDarb and do both. See how it works out.
Yeah.
You're next, man. We know you're gonna buy something here pretty soon. Just so I can tell. The fact that you even said that you thought about buying a 3DS the other day blew my mind. So I was like, what?
Yeah. Well, I guess that's everything for mid-March Permakids.
Permakids,
Episode 10.
episode X.
Nice. See you next week, guys. Permakids.
Okay,
Xbox.
bye.
My name is Xbox.
Xbox.
D-Generation X.
Cushion.
Okay, bye.